Welcome back then, you FM legends. We're back at it with Brighton, and here we are. Quick little look at how we got on last season. 3rd place, but we did win the Carabao Cup and the Champions League. So what a season that was, and it's going to be really hard to beat, but we need to push on this Brighton team and we need to win the Premier League. We need to win the Premier League, and we also need to win the FA Cup. Once we've done that, we can get out of Brighton and look to see where we can go further in Europe really, and try and lift those trophies to chalk some more off our Glory Hunter challenge. And here's the first signing of this summer window, and it's Alex Valle. He's come in from Barcelona for £30 million. He's coming to give some competition at left back to Gutierrez. I've also brought in wonderkid Ardagula from Real Madrid, and he's cost us £37.5 million. But at 20 years old, look at his ability, bags and bags of potential. Looking forward to what he can bring to this team. We had Renato Sanchez on loan with us last year, but that deal was made permanent, so he's joined us now. And another top talent coming in from Dortmund. He's cost me £52 million, spent quite a bit on this lad. Let's hope he's as good as what he's been in previous football managers. In terms of outgoings then, Solly March has left us. We got £33 million for him, and at 31 years old, I think that's great business. Dinger has gone to Stuttgart, and we got £11.5 million for him. Marcus Leonardo's gone to Forest. Not really bothered about this one. I thought he'd be better than he is. Didn't really kick on, but we got 22.5, so we did make a couple of £1 million on him. Carlos Bilba just wasn't ever going to get in my team, to be honest. He's gone for £17 million. We started off our pre-season in Belgium, and we managed to win that game 4-2. We then played Paris Saint-Germain at home and won that 3-0. João Pedro, Matoma and Lee getting the goals. We played another great team, Barcelona. This Brighton team are absolutely awesome. I'm absolutely loving this. 5-3, and then we played Roma away, and we managed to win that 3-2 as well. 3-1 win against Marseille, and another 3-2 victory away at Olympiacos. We then played in the Super Cup against Real Sociedad, and we started off really well as they were playing it round the back, but Evan Ferguson pounced and made it 1-0. It wasn't until the 81st minute until Morata smashed in the second. And in the 91st minute, Gravenberch leaps, and Brighton get their hands on another trophy. And on transfer deadline day, Verbruggen wasn't happy. He wanted out of the club, and he's left and joined Sunderland for £14 million. And he was replaced with Stefano Turati, which was an absolute bargain. £3.2 million, very happy with him as a backup goalkeeper. But we'll jump forward now, straight to January, and let's have a look. Absolutely brilliant. 22 games played, 16 wins, 5 draws and just 1 loss. We have got a goal difference of plus 35 after scoring 52 goals and only conceding 17. Our 1 loss came as a 3-0 defeat at home to Newcastle. And our 5 draws have gone with Liverpool, Leeds, Chelsea, Bournemouth and Manchester United. But we've picked up great wins. 1-0 at Manchester City, 2-0 again at home to Manchester City. We've beaten Arsenal, we've beaten Tottenham, we've had a really good start to the season. And we've been brilliant in the Carabao Cup as well. We've reached the final, and look at the run we've had. We started off with Manchester City and we beat them 3-2. We then played Fulham away, got a 1-0 victory. 3-2 victory against Everton in the quarterfinals, then playing Brentford in the semi-final, winning the first one 2-0 and the second one 2-1, seeing us in the final against Tottenham, and that form continued into the FA Cup as well, as we've won our first 2 games 4-0 against Sunderland and Crawley. But unfortunately our form in the Champions League, we're currently holders, but we haven't been great, to be honest. We didn't start off too well. We lost 1-0 against RB Leipzig. We then lost 1-0 against Nice. We bounced back with a 5-2 win against PSV. Then we lost again to Real Madrid through Jude Bellingham goal. We won against Benfica. We lost again against Anderlecht, but we had 10 men. But then we've got some good wins here. The last 2 have been brilliant. Borussia Dortmund, we beat them 4-0. And then we've beaten Napoli 2-0. So not as good as last year in terms of our league performance in the Champions League, but that has allowed us to get through to the knockout rounds. And we've got the job done comfortably, beating the Serbian side 2-1 in the first leg. Then at home we absolutely smashed them 6-1, and that sees us into the last 16 against AC Milan. But in the Carabao Cup final, we had Spurs to face, and after 25 minutes, João Pedro bursts down the right hand side and makes it 1-0. And after 35 minutes, we're at it again with Gutierrez bursting down the left hand side, driving at them and pulling it back for Evan Ferguson to make it 2-0. Right on the stroke of half time, Morato heads in, and that is another trophy for Brighton. And we've jumped straight forward to April now, and here we are, still top of the league. After 32 games, we've won 21 games, we've drawn 9, we've only lost 2, we've scored 77 goals, we've conceded only 28, and we've got a goal difference of plus 49, sitting on 72 points, quite comfortably above Arsenal as well. So it's looking really good this year. Man City have lost a lot of games, they've lost 9. Man United and Arsenal are our nearest challengers, but we are quite significantly ahead of them with a game in hand as well. And our FA Cup run has continued. We have knocked out Manchester United on penalties after a 2-2 draw, and then played Nottingham Forest and beat them 2-0. We had a really tough game at Wembley against Manchester City, but we've beaten them for the 3rd time I believe this year, and that's a 3-2 victory to us and sees us in the final against Brentford. And our Champions League form had continued as well. We had AC Milan in the last 16 and we beat them 4-1 at home, very comfortable. And then we picked up a draw as well, 1-1 at their place, and that saw us through to play Arsenal in the quarters. It was a bit nervy in the quarters because we did lose the first game 1-0 through a Ben White goal, but we didn't hold back when we faced them at home. We beat them 5-2, Gutierrez, João Pedro, 2 for Ryan Gravenberch and Arda Güler getting the goals, and sees us into the semi-finals where we face Paris Saint-Germain. And we can beat anybody at home, and we did. We beat Paris Saint-Germain 2-1 at home, Evan Ferguson with both goals. And in Paris, we managed to hold out for a 0-0 draw. Did really well, and we're in another Champions League final, back-to-back Champions League finals, and back-to-back Champions League finals against Real Madrid. So they'll want to get one over on us, but we've got a massive chance of picking up 2 Champions Leagues in 2 seasons. And the Premier League all looks but wrapped up, to be honest with you, because here we are sitting at the top on 81 points, Arsenal on 72, our nearest rivals this year, and we've still only lost 2 games, we've drawn 9 and we've won 24. We've now scored 83 goals and conceded 30 with a goal difference of plus 53. We are absolutely flying. So if we can manage to win the Premier League, win the FA Cup, and if we win another Champions League, that's just a bonus because we've already chopped that one off, our Glory Hunter Challenge. If we do that in 3 seasons, we will have picked up absolutely every trophy in England with Brighton, which is absolutely awesome. I'd like to thank everyone who's been watching so far, liking and subscribing to my channel. I'm still looking to get to 250 subscribers, so please help me get there. Like and subscribe to the video, thank you very much. And we started off really well in the FA Cup final, passing the ball around lovely and finding our star man Evan Ferguson, who made it 1-0 after 12 minutes. And just 4 minutes later, we carried on our passing move and swiftly one over the top for João Pedro, and he absolutely drills it in to make it 2-0. And on the 50th minute, Matoma found Sugawara and he put in a lovely through ball for João Pedro. He finds the back of the net, and that's the FA Cup for Brighton. And we finished off the season absolutely brilliantly in the Premier League, as you can see here. Our massive run towards the end of the season, only dropping points against Manchester United, a 2-2 draw at Newcastle. But after the 4-1 win against Southampton, Evan Ferguson, Scott McTominay, Mitoma and Exiso, I think Arsenal dropped points, they drew 0-0, and that was enough for us to seal the Premier League. And this is how the table finished then. 26 wins, 10 draws, 2 losses, 88 goals scored and 31 against. 57 goal difference and 88 points. Absolutely fantastic season. We've won the Premier League. So after about 5 games into the season, I forgot to mention to you that I actually switched tactics. Been playing around with a tactic just to put a video out to you, and I'll probably release this in the next few days. But it's a strikerless tactic, and I really felt it would suit us. So that's what I did. After about 5 games, we switched to this strikerless tactic, and we've been absolutely awesome with it. So after we've won absolutely everything with Brighton this season, we've won the Premier League, we've won the Carabao Cup, and we've won the FA Cup in England. That completely seals it now here at Brighton. So this probably will be our last, well, it will be our last summer at Brighton, and we'll be looking to see what jobs come up. I'll probably resign to try and get the ball rolling, because someone will come into Brighton, and then we'll see where I go next. But we'll try and get somewhere else in Europe to pick up some more trophies. But before we do that, we can roll the dice again and see if we can get another trophy with Brighton, because we've got Real Madrid in the Champions League final. So it is the Champions League final, and it's against Real Madrid, and it's at the Bernabeu, so they do have home advantage. But we look to go over the top. Matoma bursts through, pulls it back for Gravenberch, but unfortunately João Pedro's gone down injured. Knocked the ball around, and McTominay puts it out so he can make a sub. And just 3 minutes later, Evan Ferguson drives at the Real Madrid defence, takes on the fullback and puts it in the box, and super sub Nonto pounces to make it 1-0 to Brighton. In the 40th minute, Camavinga dives in and gets himself sent off in the final. But just on the stroke of half time, Real Madrid with 10 men have Victor Osimhen, and he makes it 1-1. And it took until the 89th minute to find the winner, and Gutierrez drives into the box and pulls it back for that man, Wilfred Nonto. 2 Champions League finals back to back against Real Madrid as well. Another tough run of it this season in the Champions League, played some great teams, and we've done it. Smash the like button, everyone.